Um, oh man, you guys are funny. Hello, hello, hello. I hope my voice is loud and clear enough. Um, Mike Olawale, this picture was before we become a Mubu. Holy shit, Mike, Mike. I know, say I know you. You are wrong. That was before I gave my life to Christ. You will say that's the right one. Before I gave my life to Christ. Now before I become a Mubu. Matthew Sule Oloche. See as Ovie fine before he turned to Texan style. Jesus Christ. Oh my. I don't know if Texas get out anyway. Yeah. I don't know if Texas get Amubu. I'm waiting for my guest to come in. Just bear with me. I'm actually communicating with him right now. Send him the link already. Yeah. Area then with you, are you Beniga? I'm from Edo State. I'm an Ososo man. If you are from that part of the country, I'm from Edo State. Akoko Edo local government to be precise. So yeah, you can say. I mean, if you mean that an Edo guide, yes. I mean, because Benin is a tribe, so I'm not denying. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm not from Edo State. Which the capital city is Benin, but I'm not in Benin. I don't even understand Benin, which is crazy. Henry Edem. I want to believe you are from you're a Calabar guy, Cross River, Akwa Ibom. Ola, if you can hear me. But I like to say I'm a Nigerian because I've other than been to every pretty much let's say like 30, 31 out of the 36 states. I've literally live in each of those states, so I understand about five languages fluently in Nigeria. Yeah, so I claim more Nigerian than trying to claim from one. I mean, local government did it do. Okay, why you won't put me on the spot now? Hearing, I think it should be about I don't know 17 or so, but I don't want to be wrong, but I'm maybe it's 17 or thereabouts. Sorry. Yeah. Ola, you hear me? If you hear me clearly, Ola, if you hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay. I just respond to people where they yab me say that picture now before I become, but what they don't understand that it was before I gave my life to Christ. I'm in Christ now. Say what's the waiting happen? What do you mean waiting happen? Much usually waiting as in what do you mean waiting
Obe,
happen?
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you all live. You can hear me.
Okay.
Yes, today, I mean, this section is going to be a little bit different from, what we used to have and all that. So I asked Allah to come on so we can have like one-on-one, discussion, regarding the Nigerian situation based on two, instances, the two narrative he gave earlier on in the section about how the problem of Nigeria, basically, which is the government. We quite agree with that, but how should we approach it? He believed this from the top. I mean, I could be wrong, Ola, but I believe that we, the masses, are actually the problem because I see every given society. I try to narrow it down as one: the elite class, which are the cut across the politician, the military elite, whatever, and the general masses. And ironically, democracy being where they say the majority always we have their way and the minority have their say. In this case, even though we are way the elite, you know, resources of imagination, but still they are still winning. So I will, I will allow Allah to actually, no, what I'm trying to say, based on that, premise that we are going to have a very, hopefully fruitful discussion, and I hope at the end of the day we're able to, open people out there to see some of our views, because it's just two view that is about to be, put out there, and hopefully my goal is not just to people to understand my views, for so hopefully that for it to push people to actually from that theoretical view of it to action, because that's what you know we need. I'm not an expert in in anything. I'm just a Nigerian, as everybody who has gone, who has experienced every aspect of being what a Nigerian is. I'm a village boy, born in the village. I experienced the city life, Lagos, Abuja, and all that. Opportunity to even represent Nigeria, you know, my own best ability. I've been put a uniform. People don't know that I was a member of a civil defense very at one stage in my life, very briefly. So I kind of, understand that aspect too. Then, I mean, what can I say? Maybe as time goes on, I'm just in ordinary Nigeria with so many flaws. I'll be whatever you think about me or heard about me, you might probably be right. I'm always trying to be as, you know, present myself as possible as I can, not scared to be wrong, so that it's life to me is an adventure. So the goal is to have more good memory as we move along this adventure. Let me not bore you with irrelevant stuff about me. Ola is a typical Nigerian. By the name, you can tell that he's a Yoruba man, a young man, and a business consultant, IT business consultant, who so also have a very, still believe in Nigeria, even though it's not physically present in Nigeria, still very much believe in that space based on the potential that he have. That's why he take his time to, read research about Nigerian problem, and, he's trying to provide a solution. He's trying to put his perspective out there, as I said, and hopefully we we end the section with a way forward for all of us. So Ola,
Good to see you again. Hello,
yes.
everyone.
So I don't know if I present the
Yeah,
topic
yeah, yeah.
or
That,
the
that's
structure
that's
of
a
the
very
conversation.
nice intro. Just like you too, I'm not afraid to put my perspective on. So, and I know that many people will disagree, but yet someone should still be
Sorry,
bold enough. Can you hear me?
sorry. Is my voice loud enough now? Yeah, I mean I can hear people saying that Matthew and Co. are saying today I can they say my voice is low. So how far? Let me know, please. Thumbs up or a yes if it's better. Sorry, I'll continue.
Okay. So I'm not afraid to put perspective on. So at least to sometimes you can have opinions on many things, but it doesn't mean you are correct. So, but that's the way you see things. Like I said, why discussing problem of Nigeria the other time? If you say that it is with people, it's not as if you are wrong. And if I say the problem should be solved from top down, that's the way I believe it's supposed to be. You know, in naturally we see different type of analogy that will tell you that leadership is everything. You know, it is very easy to solve a problem from a point than to look for multiple points. You know, as an IT guy, you know, there's what we call one to many, many to many, all those stuff. So if you have a relationship that can solve a problem from one to many, that once you solve the problem from one point, is automatically radiate to solving the solution at the other point. That's why I brought the analogy of that server client relationship, right? Maybe you have like type of 1 million computers, but it's been served from a point. And if you want to infect every other computers, for example, you put the virus from the center, you know, since it's already the main control, it just spread the virus to everybody. Now, if you keep solving that problem from one of those clients, one of those 1 million clients, the same center that still holds the problem will still keep pushing the problem to that client. But if you take the problem away from that center, no place for the problem to come. Even if others from the client, one of those 1 million clients is bringing another problem, others can easily face the problem and solve the problem. That's the analogy I was trying to bring.
Okay,
Then,
so now are you referring to? Are you saying the federal government now is the the bulk of the computer or the constitution?
yeah, if you want to look at that client server relationship now, I will take it from the point of constitution, for example. The constitution is what is central to the arrangement. So, and the problem we are seeing today is part of that the constitutional processes that brought the problem to us. And what exactly is that constitution doing is this: it's managed to just corner all the resources and all the control to the central. So now, to the point that the client this time, which are the other arms of that government and other points of that government, they cannot do anything except they have to come to that center. Anything they want, for example, like a server client that was this, if a PC need to get something from the main server, for example, he has to send message there. Look at that as those governors that used to travel to Abuja to get their revenue. You know, if the central will deny them, like Obasanjo tried to deny Buhari, where Tinubu, when Tinubu tried to create some local government, or this some kind of local government before they change it to CDA, you know, it blocked the resources to that point. So to the point that Obasanjo was just trying to kill Lagos State initiative. That's exactly what is happening today. Anything that is happening at the center, that all those state and local government want to do now, for example, federal government try to kill the state government, while the state government try to kill the local government. So when you want to solve this problem, you know, you have to have another type of architecture that will create the kind of autonomy, so that you break the power at the center, you create a weak link. That okay, even if you are sending your virus from the center, I have some kind of my firewall, some kind of cyber guard that okay, I will not allow this. This is what I want. So the same thing local government too. If the local government has some level of autonomy, if the state government want to infer that with its bad attitude, with inconsistent policies, you try to block. You know, you can control your. So sorry, I'm just using the IT environment to do the analysis. There are other sources you can find that in. Look at the religious center, for example. You see many congregation members, they try to behave like even their pastors. I will give a popular one. You know, when the brother Kumoyi, you know, where maybe he didn't like TV then because of the bad thing they used to do on TV when they call TV devil's box, apoti issue. Before you know what is happening, every member of the congregation believe that TV is apoti issue. Even just because, even if you're a pastor today, if there's a way you dress, if you dress poorly and you preach holiness, don't be surprised when you see some member of your congregation start behaving like you. It simply means that only one central point is affecting multitude. That's exactly the way that's the way the leadership runs.
Yes.
So if you solve that problem of that leadership, because the lower cadre tends to look at, okay, whosoever they respect, whatever that person does is the right thing, is the correct thing to them. So that's the way it is. So now the constitution of Nigeria now is this. The the way it is that is creating this problem is that, like I once said, that if you want to change the orientation, or you want to change the culture of an organization, the first thing you do is that you set some kind of rules and you keep enforcing those rules. Now, as you are enforcing those rules, the leadership too, but the other people will be looking at the body language. For example, during Obasanjo period, when Obasanjo discovered that anytime they have a revenue sharing at the end of the month, that's when the governors will travel for medical checkup. You understand? He made an example of those guys. All of a sudden, our governors will no longer travel for medical checkup at the end of the month. That's the body language. They saw that this guy is a crazy guy. So don't let us dare this guy. They maintain. But look at someone now, for example, that will tell you that, okay, I will reduce the presidential jet fleet. I will do this. As he's saying this thing, he is doing another thing. I will declare my assets. Only Oshibanjo, in fact, only Oshibanjo, you can see what Oshibanjo declared publicly. Till tomorrow, if you talk to Buhari will tell you to go and meet the agency in charge of that thing to look at it. So the body language, it's not say, so that's why the name Buhari keeps coming. It doesn't mean it's Buhari himself, but it's a symptom. Now, why it can be Buhari again is this: you are the custodian, you are the number one custodian of that particular constitution. Now, because you are one person that can influence others. So others now, even when they are corrupt or they are not corrupt, they look up to you. So when you are not doing whatever you are supposed to do, others will not take you seriously. They want to behave. They want to have their days. So that's exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. That will say, okay, if you need to solve this problem, we can't go to all those multiple channels to do that. It's not effective. We have to find wholesale solution. The wholesale solution is that the man at the center need to be upright and do the right thing. Look at what is happening today. If Fulani kill people, if you arrest them, they will release them. Presidency will not talk. Even the police, they will not like to arrest Fulani man. But if a Yoruba man slap Fulani on the street, everybody, including the police, they start coming. Just because they are responding to the body language of the person in the actual rock. So why is this person staying in natural rock so powerful? Because he controls the processes, he controls the structure, he controls the constitution. That's the problem. But if you now say, okay, and like I said, there are two ways to control the structure. You use your money, then you use your the state structure, like the police, like the military. Now look at this situation now. You now redesign the constitution now. When you redesign the constitution now, you say, okay, even though you have federal police, but they don't have power to operate in Ekiti State, for example. Fulani will not go to Ekiti State and start chasing people away from their land. That's security. And if you tackle security issue, then you tackle economic issue, because number one, Fulani are killing farmers. Nobody wants to go to farm. Then they won't go to farm. So the activities, the economic activities around the agriculture, already you've paralyzed that. So as you paralyze that, it's going to affect those people that are trading in the market too. So before you know, all those little activities, they escalate to have some kind of macro effects. So that's why I say, if you restructuring by the word restructuring is already take the constitution down, go back to the constitution that will make us be productive. Let's stop the constitution that will making us to be demanding for the number of local governments. Why do you need no government this time around? Everybody want to share money from the central. So that's why I'm saying, I keep using all those server client structure that, okay, if you take this thing, if you feed this thing from the center, before you know it, the region will be having their own. I'm not saying restructuring, for example, I'm not saying restructuring will solve all the type of problem. Get me right. It's going to create another set of problem. But what problem do we want to solve by restructuring? We want to solve the problem of productivity, so that anybody cannot just be waking up from Sokoto and be targeting oil in Bayelsa. You understand? The people from Bayelsa, they can be killing themselves on their oil. It's their oil. But the people from Sokoto, we know the agriculture is what we have. Let us go by the way of agriculture. Even if the federal government want to hijack their money, they will say, no, this is our home because the constitution grants us. But what we have now is that if Kano, Sanfara, they will tell you that they cannot drink beer. You don't want a brewery. And the brewery in Lagos, you are bringing the money to the center to now share back to them. Even now, you now fraudulently have more local governments. So to even share that money more than those people that are even bringing that money to the table, so the center is the issue. Because even if you are if you are amending the constitution today, for example, if Buhari will still tell you that it's not going to sign, like he didn't sign that this thing, those are the problem. I say, okay, take the things from the central, then we can carry our craziness, go meet our people. But as it is now, even if you kill all those people at the local level now, they don't have the power. That's why that instead they settle for the money or whatever they are going to eat. So that's just my opinion for now. Let me hear yours.
Um, well, I like your analogies, but I I want to disagree. Let me agree and disagree with you on this. But let me try and stick to that. Your the IT way of analyzing things a bit. I follow Alibaba. Alibaba is one thing that Alibaba, our grand comedian, is one person that I follow. He has something similar to what you just described, but he uses phone instead. And he go by saying that if you have a phone, and as time goes on, when you begin to download the pictures and everything, your phone will begin, the service will begin to slow down, the operating service will begin to slow down. And even the phone we sell, we advise you to try and reduce, create space so that the functionality will go smoothly. And you go ahead by start deleting the irrelevant ones. You don't just go say, okay, this phone, I know make I not delete everything at the same time. Because if I understand you clearly, that's what you are alluding to. Take going from the top or the center. So you start taking item we know the relevance or we the old or we get small, we get too large MB and as relevant to other people. You delete them so your phone can bounce back and start functioning effectively. And that's exactly how you see the kind of system of democracy we are operating. Because if we want to believe that democracy is actually for the people, from the people, you have to work with everyone. In fact, for you to even get elected, you have to come down to the people and canvass your vote before they vote for you. And that even the constitution that you are referring to specify everyone with his due responsibilities, the executive, the judiciaries, all down to the local government level, federal, the state, and the local government level. Now, as a Nigerian, as somebody who reside in a village or of course, even though you still live in the city of Abuja, you still belong to one local government or the other. The possibility of you meeting the president, regardless of who is be, is pretty much zero, right? But you live side by side with a representative, a councillor, who by rules of engagement, now you're supposed to go and say, come, there's problem here. He will take that to the next level, to the from the councillor to the chairman to the state out of rep to the senate. And one thing that is kind of hard for people to understand where I'm coming from the bottom is that most of us don't even know who our representative are. Not to take of their job. We don't know. Before I come out, before I leave Nigeria, before I leave Nigeria. My local government councillor there, I know him, Akojima David. My chairman of the Akoko Edo local government, Ota Omoro, late now. My state representative, Emmanuel Agbaje, yes, we bear the same surname, but we are not related. I know him. The commissioner that happens to come from my village at that time, who is a commissioner of culture and tourism, I know her. Not knowing them, not that we are related, but because I want to know how things work. So I get close, I engage these people. Go down to the state representative, Peter Patterson, to the senator, what's his name, Francis. Then before the Buhari. So if I have problem in also my village, if I have problem today, like the road system is bad, there's no water, who do I meet? I go straight to my local government first. But today the media and the politicians were able to twist our mind. They will start shouting Buhari, Buhari, Buhari. Yeah, they argue say the local government system is not working anymore. The question should be why? It's because we don't even care. Ajaliko could make a reference to during the military regime, democracy under the military regime, and what we're experiencing now, that the local government and the state government were functioning then. Yes, because we are scared of the number one. If you measure Abacha name of Babangida, regardless of where they are, they can't find you. Right? But now, so the only person we can hold responsible at and the person with the close to those military administrator an interim local government caretaker or whatever, we hold them responsible, and those ones be feared it all. So because we're seeing that democracy now, where we supposed what was our duty as an ordinary citizen? These people will come to us and deceive us, but waiting be our home. We don't ask questions. We say, oh, the local government chairman successfully convinced us that the state government ain't be a problem, and they sit down for money. We are not doing anything about that. The state governor will successfully say, no, Buhari, the federal government would not release the money on time or whatever. The same story any day, but we never one day get up as a village and say, no, not lie. How much are you being paid, sir, as a councillor? Because we hold that right. Now, in a democratic setting, the only group of people that are actually empowered to promote the sitting president is the Senate. And why that is possible is because they speak to us directly. And if we hold them responsible, if we challenge them every day that come next 4 years, if you come back to my constituency to come cast for vote, this is what is going to happen. We are going to question you. How well have you done? Yes, these people, they do our model. They come back to our community. Guess what? We welcome them with open hand, with title, with everything, and forget what we are going through. Why? Because that's small time that we spend with them, we expect them to give us 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, solve our immediate problem, not collectively now. I'm still going there. So then they understand this. Why will your councillor be accountable to you when you know that if you wake up in the morning, the first thing person you want to blame or give credit to is the number one that you don't even know how he exists and don't even know you. So yes, the local government are not functioning. The question should be why? It is because we don't care. Either because it's our friend who is there. If we're able to rally around our guy, become councillor, guess what? Every month the guy go to enter villa, they declare, buy beer for everybody, we go to hail him. Because in a way, that is what we fought for. That's why we voted for him. That's why we encourage him to win. He go just come display, do party, do everything. They do birthday, go send you go. And we get carried away with what we are supposed to. Hold him responsible. Why we send him there? And these people know they are human like us. If you elect me as a local government councillor, you don't ask me, say, come, with this month, what you want to discuss for local government council? What is the worry about? The problem we will tell you, say, they happen to our neighbor farm. What have you put it before them? If you don't ask this question, guess what? It's not going to act on them. He will definitely to come to you every time because you know the interrogate them. But anytime you come, you question them every day. Guess what? To even come to you, he has to prepare, even though if he wants to lie. We are giving them room to lie because we believe that the center is back. It is obvious the center is back. But at this point, At this point, the immediate solution we have is to hold our immediate elected representative accountable. So that's why I
Okay.
say going straight to the Abuja say 180, nothing is going to change. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, going to Abuja, I got your point clearly, but this is where I differ from you. You know, before you start enforcing rules, you have to build the rules and set it. Now, what you are saying now is that we have to defend a rule. Look at it this way. Uh, for example, we were born to meet Bible, to meet Quran. What Christians are doing today is to defend the legacy of Quran and the Bible. Do you understand what I'm saying? But who were those? Where were those documents written? You see, you have to get the documents right for people to believe in the document before you can start defending it.
How do you get it right?
Okay, look at it this way now. You mentioned the local government. You mentioned the local government now, for example. I happen to participate very well, although that student union not, even although I was very active within my street, all those things, but not as a politician on that street, this thing. Now, look at it this way. If you don't have a rule that is favorable that enthrone justice, there is no way you want to defend that thing that will work. Now, we want to ask the local government questions that, okay, what are you doing? Based on what? You set up a business. You don't have money to run that business. Someone is only giving you some stipends just for you to be staying in that office, to attend that office every day. But you can barely not do anything. You cannot do the plastering. You cannot repair the wall. You cannot even pay the house, except someone has to give you money from somewhere. I'm coming from somewhere. Now look at it this way. Even if you like, ask your local government chairman. You know, in this local government chairman, they used to be responsible for worker salary before, especially the primary school teacher and all those things. Now, all those activities, they've taken all those things away from them, so that just because some people just want to attract power to themselves, those local governments from those days, they used to aid cooperative in agricultural development, but they don't have that means now. Because
So
what is it
who?
now?
Sorry,
Wait
I'm not
now.
interrupting.
When you want to do, okay, let's say you create market in Adrekiti now, for example, where we collect tax, the state government. You create so many things there. Even now, they want to start taxing your borehole. That is the borehole that you use your own money. You use your own money to do. Now they want to collect that money. They won't even allow the local government to get all those things. So these people are taking those power to themselves. They are taking the resources away. Now, if you keep disturbing these people and you are asking them what are they doing, they don't. Number one, they don't have someone to defend them against the governors that will just remove their deputies at will. The governor that will just chase the people of the state assembly that can sack them at will. So look at all those things. Now we are talking of the state. For example, we are talking of the state that will be the one to do local government election. So at the end of the day, what will they do?
Hola.
They will elect those people that will only be responsible to them alone. Then at the end of the day, these are governors, because of the level of security, they are not actually accessible. But these local government chairman that we are talking, they are pushing them to you. They are pushing them to you, knowing that you are just wasting your saliva, even dealing with them. That is why I'm saying, look at it from this angle. Look at it from this way. See, you need two things to control, to be in control. You need your resources. The resources simply say can generate you money and power. The power, it depends on the way you think that, let's say power security, that okay, this thing you are doing, you have some kind of you are secure in delivery. For example, before any local government chairman can do something today in Nigeria, if that local government chairman person doesn't have the blessing of the governor, he's wasting his time. Yeah, someone say, can he interject? Maybe you can add
No,
people in case someone asks
no.
questions. So,
Hola. See what you
yeah.
are saying. What you are giving so much power, so much credit to these people from this angle. You say they will sit on your salary, they will come and take your resources and all that. Who give them this power to do this? If not me and you,
No, the constitution.
to stop to sit on a local government salary. No, this is human doing. This is political because we allow them. If you work in a local government, we are using local government because I'm sitting on the base, and then look, you are not paid salary. What do? You just okay, I'll go sit down, make I wait. You continue to be going to that job. Guess what? Me that sit on that side, I'll say, this guy really want to go. I won't complain at all. I will hold on that one. Guess next month come on. Because why? I know you don't even know your right. You are scared. For reason don't know why. So you are giving me opportunity to undo again. The constitution states that the local government should have their autonomy. You agree with that? That's what the constitution said. But guess what? The governor, because of their own personal interest, decided to say, you know what, fuck local government. Excuse my language now. I want to sit on it. And guess what? Nobody talk. They didn't just sit on it like that. They have to reach an agreement with the local government chairman. You know what? I'll give you 10% of this. Hold these ones. And the local government chairman is bold enough to actually go into that agreement because there's no consequences from the people. There's no consequence. We don't react. We dey react unnecessarily. If you have a home today and somebody come and steal something from your home, what do? You swing to action. If you contact the police, they are not doing anything favorable to you. You go private. You go seek. You do everything to make sure you get your stuff back. Why is it that when this people that we elect, we know point blank that they are eating our own healing gotten wet, our own national
one
wealth.
question
We
for
don't
you.
do anything about it. We
One
just sit
question
down
for
and
you.
call the wrong person.
One question for you. When OBJ sat on Lagos revenue, what did Tinubu do?
No,
Now look, wait.
no. The
I'm
question is
asking the
that
question.
what did Lagosians do? Tinubu, are you telling me that Tinubu, Obasanjo can just wake up one day and say, I'm sitting on your budget without nothing transpire or nothing they're fighting between these two of them? So it is us that will be suffering. It's not Tinubu's money. It is Lagos State money. What is the Lagos citizen? What is their reaction? That's the problem we're talking about. What is our responsibility?
That is why they say leadership is everything. Leadership. See, the way you are looking at it is that
Do
you
you
are
still
looking
have
at
confidence in these leaders?
No.
You know why you don't have confidence in them? Because they are
See.
disobeying the rules and they have the courage and the aptitude to do that because me and you don't care.
No. Get it, Ovie. Some guys protested at Lekki last year, and the federal government sent soldiers to kill them. How do you relate that? No, those are the little symptoms that I'm trying to debunk here that I want you to understand. Look at this.
Listen.
Wait.
That's a good example you cited there. But guess what? You are dying anyway. So keep quiet if you don't want to die because you are going to die. What is more prone to kill than poverty? But these people are not going to sit down and watch you ride on what they are enjoying. No, it is not possible. I don't care who you think they are.
Okay, Ovie,
they will
this
fight
another
back.
one.
And part of
This
fighting
another
back is
one.
to use everything available to
This
them.
another one, Ovie.
It is not left for you to give up or to continue.
This another one, Ovie. Fulani men are killing people in the southwest, in the southeast, and that's how. And some non-state actors now mobilize people, and people reacted. What happened thereafter?
Good. People reacted. Government came after them. So now is not enough for us to say, okay, we don't give up. Maybe they can't kill us. No. They will come for you. But if you give up, that's what you see is happening. They don't collect Nnamdi Igboho and the rest. What next? He died like that because that's what they want. If we continue the push, they will listen. As I said, hold your immediate. If you feel hold your immediate elected officer responsible, trust me, the middle will sit up. The middle cannot operate blatantly without the cooperation of the rep and the Senate.
So what you are not addressing?
We have to hold them, put fire on their ass, make their home unlivable for them. Trust me, they will sit up because how did Buhari have the whole National Assembly in his pocket? Why? He offered position, he offered money, he offered juicy stuff. You understand? So it's on our own expense, though. That's one thing I want you to know because we don't react. We don't know. It's not that we don't know. We are too comfortable with what is going on.
That's not totally
true. If you give me power, listen. If you give me business to run for you, Ola, you give me a business to run for you, right? The first year, we run at a loss. You no do anything. You say, make I carry on, make I dey go. Guess what? I'll be comfortable to lose 2 billion next year because I know you understand. And that's exactly between the contract and the citizens and the leaders. The leaders will fuck up. Guess what? We don't hold them responsible. We expect them to hold themselves responsible. That is the most ridiculous thing. It doesn't happen anywhere. If I commit crime, make I punish myself. Guess what? If I want to send myself and go prison, I send myself and go 5-star hotel. That's exactly what is up with them. We as citizens, is it not because we are not conscious or we don't just care?
Let me interject you. You see Nigeria, you say Nigerians don't react. That's not totally true.
Give me examples when we react and we succeed.
Wait. We grew up to meet Fela Mama, Fumila Ransom Kuti, leading some kind of doing some kind of protest, and some other people too doing all those things. We grew up to meet the Fela himself, Beck Ransom Kuti and co, and some other activists doing those things. The people like Wole Soyinka, they've been going to jail. They've been doing so many things. Even we grew up to meet them. Now, even during during IBB, we know the like of Kokori, we know the kind of type of Kensaroiwa. See, the Nigerians are not protesting. Wait now, do you know what happened when they were saying wait here those days? When they used to do West, all those political, all this thing that we using, those were people actions, the reaction to this thing. But now, how did these people manage to keep people? Okay, when they wanted to kill the regional system, you understand? They made sure that it's still the federal police, but there was a way they regionalized the police structure. That was the first thing that the federal government first of all killed, so that they can undo the state structure. Wait,
so it's a fight back.
Wait, no. Even the rogues that are robbing us in the country today, when they could not match people physical for physical, they still went back to the constitution to use that constitution now to tame Nigerians. So when some of us are saying we should go back to that constitution and reverse it to what it's supposed to be, we know exactly what I'm saying. Now, these guys, they look for the way to derive their power. You and I now, you cannot just run to the street and start attacking people before you know. Wait now.
See, even though I believe protest is key to the struggle of emancipation, freedom, whatever you are fighting for, even though I believe it's key because it brings more awareness, it put everybody in store. But guess what? That is the easiest part of the process.
I'm not even talking of. I'm still talking of that central control is what I'm even at.
No, you are giving an example of how the Ransom Kuti, Fela, and the rest were arrested and jailed. That's what I'm saying. The easiest part of the struggle is to protest. But guess what? The next stage is to mobilize, have a platform, have a vote blockchain within us that we control. If you don't have that, you can protest of all you want. Guess what? It's not going to yield to anything. And that's why I said the problem here is we have protested. We keep getting the same results. Let's take it to the next level. Organize, mobilize, and strategize. Turn it to a movement, a force. It is not going to happen overnight. That's what I'm saying. Like the leaders that will prepare that kind of moves are lacking currently because it is never going to be easy. It's not going to be a day. It will take years and decades. When we finally come together, organize and mobilize, have that blockchain, we will be able to either dictate to any political party who should stand on their ticket. Because that's the only power we have. We don't have the money, we don't have nothing. And again, it is not going to be simple as easy as I'm putting it, because guess what? These men are not just going to stand and watch and see us roll out. No, they will do everything. They will victimize you.
Everything you are saying,
so we are not there. That's what we are failing to do. That is what we are doing. Now, when I mean challenge our immediate elective officer, I'm not saying they will sit down and take it. They will organize talks, military and whatever, to go after you. If you go, even common councilor will do that. But guess what? Let's see how long he can continue doing that. If you do one day and he try to you run, you say yes. So that's what I'm saying. Buhari, the number one city, as you said, the constitution is faulty. But trust me, we are never going to get a constitution change at the once. It has to go by the
Okay,
statement to get it done.
okay.
So and
Let
the
me tell
first thing,
you.
start from where you have
Let,
power
let,
and you have control.
let, let,
The only
let-
place you have power and control is your own community.
wait.
Trust me. If you hold your community down, if the elected representative from your community knows what you guys stand for, trust me, phone animal cannot come and do and undo. The center
Okay,
cannot come and override your
okay.
community. They
Let
can
me
only
tell you.
override it when they have a mole in your community by a name of representative. That's the mole. That's your enemy. The person you give power
Okay,
to speak for you is your
can
enemy.
I say something? Can I say something?
Yes, go.
In 2014, after that conference that Jonathan organized, now when people were saying, okay, strong person will be the one to control Nigeria, that some of us were saying it is strong institution, and institutions simply mean rules and regulations. So institution is not as if it's a man or
Wait,
whatever.
are you going to
It's a
believe
process.
people that are
Wait,
you going to
wait,
believe your
wait, wait,
oppressor
wait.
to put up a convention
Wait,
or something?
wait, wait,
No.
wait, let me land, let me land, let me land. Now, look at it this way. So, because that's why I'm telling you that it has to be from the central. The central that focus on is a constitution. But because Buhari is the number one person, that's why the thing keeps going to a name, because he has some influence. That's why you see people calling Obasanjo Baba, 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 all those things. Because
Now we give am that influence. Now
no
we
be
without
even
we
the
no get that power.
politician.
I keep telling
Wait,
you no.
wait. Even the politician gave me that influence because he can finish anybody's political career easily. So that's why they were respecting him. Not you
You,
and I.
you
Not you
know
and I
why?
gave him
You
Baba.
know
It's what they
why?
gave
You
him.
see.
Let me
You are
land.
dabbling
I won't
into
make
their
my
fight.
I won't make my point if you don't let me
Okay,
land. Let
sorry.
me just land. So now look at it this way. I now told people then, I said my position is this. Look at it from 1966 when our regional structure was destroyed. Thing keeps getting worse by the day. Irrespective of the person you put there, even the grad that OBJ did that between 1999 and 2007, you understand? That's why Obasanjo happened to be the best among the bad since 2000 since 1999. So the thing keep getting worse by the day. Now, why is that thing getting worse by the day? That's the root cause, is what I'm saying we should go back to. Just because from that 1966, one person sat and said, okay, he crashed the federal structure, introduced unitary system. And some set of rogues see that, oh, this is our chance. They overthrew that person, hijacked that power. Now, this guy, they started snatching the state, the regional assets. Odua investment is for example, is an example. You know, Odua investment used to have so many like cocoa ball, different projects like animals boundary, all those things. Odua textile, so many things. It got to a point that okay, the Odua investment has to consolidate everything to say, okay, enough of this thing that the federal government is snatching away from us, because they've taken the today NTA. It belongs to the western region. Even Nigerian house in London belongs to western region. The federal government just started creating everything, and once they took all these things and started allocating to themselves. Allocation in this sense they started, some kind of
Well,
people that believe they were power.
not to
Let me
prolong
land,
this thing.
so that we will be able to get it. So that structure, when these people were taking over power, when they wanted to allocate their resources to themselves, you understand, I allocate our resources to themselves, they use the law, they use the instrument of law to control everything. So that anybody that stand against them, whatever you are doing against them, it's that law that they will use to face you. So they use that structure to amass everything to themselves. That's why you see in the 1999 that even as at the point at the point that they swore in Obasanjo, the constitution was never ready. So that they could put whatever they needed into this to still control the government. So what we are saying is this. I'm not saying, you see, if you listen to me properly, I'm not saying what you mentioned so far. I'm not saying they are not valid. That's the point. But I'm saying two things. There are two things we miss there. When you want to control an organization, for example, you first of all go, there's what you call, you go mechanical. Mechanical by setting the rules. Once you set the rules and you teach people about the rules for years, the thing become part and parcel of the culture. It's just like Christianity. When people are coming to Nigeria, when they brought Christianity and Islam to Nigeria, you put that in the people. Some people believe it, and those people are the one now passing the thing down to others. Wait, let me land.
I have
Just 2 minutes
question,
more.
Wale.
2 minutes more. Now, when you already set the rule and you teach people the rule and you let people understand the rule, that is when people now start now to defend the rule. That's what we call clan control. Now, that clan control is that thing has become norms, has become the value that everybody appreciates. If anybody now is trying now to deviate from that, you say, you don't do it like that. So you set the rule first of all. But the rules, if the rules you set was not right, if those rules that you set already were not right, there is no way you can bring something useful from that rule, from that particular rule. So we have a situation where we have the fraudulent situation that first of all gave the largest power, the largest pile of that power to FCT, and then the next level give the thing to the state governors, and you now strip the local government people of this thing. Without money, power cannot operate. That is exactly what is happening. Now, you are now saying we should be after all this local government this thing. So maybe we go and shout to the government that, okay, we don't want this thing, and the government will remove them. Those are the things I'm saying. So there are something okay, for example now, look at these people now. We have the same government in Nigeria today. They form Amotekun. What's the purpose of Amotekun now? Amotekun is not acting. Why is it not acting? Because if you just take the federal government to send the federal might, if the police will not function, they will send the military to destabilize everything. Those are the things that I'm telling you, that and these people, they don't have any way of resisting them. So even if you like, go and sleep at the local government from now till tomorrow, go and send all your councillor away from their ward, nothing is going to happen. These people demonstrated this thing even to in the face of the whole world when they massacre people protesting at the toll gate. So see, the thing we are talking here is that, you understand, to me, I quite understand what you are saying, but you cannot do that except to get the structure right, and you send the structure to people for years. It is when those things now sink into our way of life that we cannot uphold it, that we cannot start demanding for life. But what right do you want to demand from the structure that is faulty? You understand? So that's what I'm saying. So there's something you can demand from there.
You are saying changing it from the center, we have to make a law. Who are those people that will make the law at the center, that will make changes? You are asking the same people that you are accusing to change what they are benefiting from. How? And again, the president of a nation is not being elected by me and you. That's why I say it is very impossible for we, the masses, no matter how angry we are, to take him out. No be we put on there. It costs billions of naira to elect a president. Me and you no contribute one kobo to that. People who put their money out don't care about me and you. They are focused. They will do everything to make sure that person is there. So if we are saying we should go at it from the center, how? This law that you are thinking, who is going to enact the law? The same people? No, it has to come from the people. If you actually want those people to change the law, to change the constitution, the pressure has to come from the people. It can never come from them. Yes, it is not going to be easy. They will come for your life. That's normal. You are trying to take food away from their table. You will do everything if anybody tries that, however illegal or whatever, you are there now. Now, if you say if people go to confront the governor who attacked them, no, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Is the ordinary people who are actually suffering now. How you want the person who no get job already? Persistent. It's going to be hard because these people are enjoying so much that they will do everything. I keep using this analogy. Me and you will be saying now only our life we get at stake in Nigeria. If we go fit carry AK-47, what do you think of somebody who only not just have that same life to protect in Nigeria, but have billions of dollars invested in that land? The guy go carry bomb or grenade, scatter you. He doesn't want to listen to you, and that's what is happening. It was so divided. The politicians are being bought by the few elites that we have in our society. So we are on our own. They will always use us to achieve their aim. So if we are waiting for them to change the outcome, it's not going to happen. First of all, nobody will put the center there. It's beyond us. It's not by mistake that they had that kind of constitution in place. It was a well thought after. People with bright mind, educated, with correct bad, with all the resources available to them for them to put that constitution in place. So going after it, whole hell like that, expecting the people who are not beneficial of that same constitution to change it for you, I'm sorry, it's never going to happen. It will just be a dream that will never be achieved.
Exactly, that's not what we're saying. That you are now saying another thing now.
No, that's the only way. Okay, how do you change the center? Who are you going to send to the center to change?
Wait, no, wait. That's not now. Now, do you agree that we have to change the structure? First of all, let's just agree with that.
We all agree. It's the method of changing that we disagree on.
Okay, now that's
you
another
say from
point.
The middle, from the top. I say it's from the bottom. It has to be on us. Now, if it is the way they suffer.
Now, the method of changing it, you agree that we have to change the structure. Good, that's a point. That means we are par on that. Now, the method now is this: mobilizing people from the grassroots to support the changes is what we are talking. Not necessarily mobilizing people to vote people as the local government chairman under this current structure. Because I want to get to right.
What I'm basically saying that we should stop focusing on the president. Focus your local government councillor and see if there's not going to be change. Your local government will be pressured to put pressure on the chairman's local government as. The local government will be so unrest that will put pressure on the governor.
What pressure are you going to put on the local government chairman? That's what I want to know. To change the constitution or to provide social services. That's the argument now.
The level of your aggressiveness towards the change you want depends on how you feel the effect of the government of the day. That's why I say we know they suffer. If they suffer, I don't need to tell you how to go get your right back. How do I have to tell you that? If you're hungry today, they beat you. I'm not going to tell you, say, man, go, I'm going to suggest food for you. No, you take out and go. That's why when I said we never suffer rich, people don't understand what I'm saying. I don't need to tell you this is what we need to do. If we suffer rich, now that's the only thing, the common goal will bring us together with that. If we don't suffer rich, we need to come together and say, come, for this thing to get better, we should stop saying now Buhari, or whoever the president is going to be. There is a councillor who is being paid. He's being paid. That's another thing. They have never complained about their salary. They only complain about it. They don't give them money to carry out the constitutional project. They never complain about their allowances. So that's why I say we should go after them. Let's go after that thing that they always, because they collect salary. All of them, all the local government, all the politicians are being paid regularly without no complaint. Good on a pandemic or sick, whatever, they get paid. So why do we keep ignoring those people who we can easily challenge in every level, that he will not take that embarrassment or whatever and take it to his own, the next organ way there above him. That one, the same thing. That's how you get to Buhari. You cannot get to Buhari from your village. You cannot get to Buhari from your state. The only way you can get them is through that person who is represented, because he represents him. And 99% of the time, the party that produces the president likely produce your local government councillor. So how we go jump all these steps? We dey go chat for the person wey me and you no contribute to. We did not contribute to Buhari becoming the president. As a fact, we don't contribute.
Ovie, I got
they just present them to us and now who they want be there. I will say, okay, we agree with you. We give them what they want.
I got your point now. Now, is the mode, is the approach that you have problem with. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what, it is the elite, the one with good mental focus. You know, most of our politicians, as they are now, they have mental health. And their mental health is poverty.
I don't think so.
No, wait now.
Collecting 30 to 40 million every month. You say that person
you don't, of course, even collecting 40 million a month for what you do not work for sometimes can even be mental health. Wait.
Now we not make him work. Now we employ him. We did not follow his job description. Person will give you job for where you live. He is following you death and nail. We give these people job. We relax. We don't follow the progress. Because when you employ somebody, you need to know how that person is doing, how he or she is carrying a job. That's what we fail to do. Because we don't care. It's politics. It's not. It's not religion. It's not church. No be monks.
when you look at this society all over the world, when you understand, it is a leader. It is a leader among the people that lead people to fight for their rights. I will give you an
Yes,
example.
yes. But
Okay, now
how informed is that people you are leading determine how effective or how last you're going to long as a leader.
is
If
this
the people that you are leading are less aware of even how the movement is going, guess what? You do and undo, and
then
that's the Nigerian case.
yes, and it is the duty of the leader to enlighten or to educate those people he want to lead to fight for their freedom. Now,
No,
yes,
no,
yes, okay,
no. You know why I
wait
said
now.
no? You know why I said no? If he fails to do his duty and responsibility, what happens? Nothing happens to him. Why? Because we don't care.
No, you are missing the word leader.
No,
See,
see, okay, go
When
on.
I say leader, don't limit it to the political leader we have.
Across the board, you are
Those
leading
those
people now. You are leading people.
those people you call political leaders, right? They are the symptom of the system that are just there to collect whatever they think is the national cake. So those are not the type of leader I'm talking about. Those are
Yeah,
not the
no,
type of
yeah.
leader.
I mean, okay, I
When I
agree,
talk
yeah,
of
but
leader now, you start thinking of Kanu. You start thinking of Igbo, whether you like him or whether he's educated or not. You
it's
start talking
still the
of
same. It's
wait,
still the same because they
wait,
know if they misbehave, they will get the answer directly from the people they are leading. They know it.
wait. Let me land. Let me land. See, sometimes someone can be in bondage and the person will never realize that it's in bondage until someone educates him or her to let the person see that he or she is actually in a bondage. See, it is the duty of the leader to explain to the people. Okay, look at it from this example now. We mostly some of us in the diaspora are the one telling the people at home what to do, right?
Well, it is a duty, but it's not a must. It only depends. A leader is as good as his people he leads.
That
If
is
the people
why
are
wait,
docile, guess what? I don't care how great you are, you will not achieve anything as a leader, regardless of what you are leading. If the
it,
people are aware of where we are all going, guess what? It will make job easy for you as a leader, and you will appear to the rest of the world as an angel.
no, like I keep telling you that it is the duty of the leader to educate the follower.
And that's what I'm saying. I say, what if he chooses not to because he's a human being? He has interest.
Then it's not a leader because it's part of
Exactly.
it's quality of leadership.
Exactly. That's why
That's
I
exactly what
said
I'm saying. So don't let us
no.
focus on those
We
bad
we
ones.
the people, we the people. If we don't know what we want and where we are headed, guess what? Our leader, regardless of how smart that leader is, he will not shine.
Okay, okay. During in our secondary school, we used to have guardians and counseling units, right? I doubt if they still have it in those secondary school today. What's the purpose? Because some students were confused. They don't know what to do. So it's the duty of the guidance and counseling units to guide the student and to educate them on what to do.
And
Many
if she fails
Nigerians you
to
see
do that,
today,
if she fails to
wait,
do that, what happened?
is is the duty. That's why they are there. Don't tell me
Yeah,
they
but
fail to
if
do
she
that.
fails to do that, because yeah, it's wanting to take a horse to the stream, it's wanting to force him to drink water. If he or she fails to carry out that duty, what do you want? What happens to he or her?
No,
No, because that's
no,
what
no,
we
no,
are
no, no, no,
failing
no.
here. Listen, the
No.
problem we have in Nigeria, people are not doing their job, and it keep happening because we are not holding them responsible.
You are
Across the board, the
you
doctor, the
are still
mechanic, the,
wait,
everybody.
you are still pushing this into political leaders.
No, I didn't
Forget
just
about
say doctor,
let's talk of
mechanic,
leadership
agbero,
generally.
anybody, any leadership at any level. If
Now,
you don't
wait,
hold them responsible, the
I will
people
ask
who
you a
they are
question.
leading
Let
are
me ask you
not
a question
aware of the
now.
journey,
Well,
nothing
okay,
is going to
let
happen.
me ask you a question. Kanu make himself a leader now. Is he doing his
Yes,
job?
yes.
Professor
Is he doing
Akintoye,
this? No,
is he doing his job?
what you are not, what you are not. I'm agreeing with you though. It is their duty of a leader to sensitize people that is following.
Wait, that's what I'm
I
telling you.
agree
Are
with you,
they
but
doing it?
I'm asking you a question. whereby that leader fails to carry out that duty. What happened to that leader?
Let's forget about those people that fail to carry out their duty. Let's focus about those people that are
Every
guilty.
leader so far in Nigeria has failed. That's where we are. They have failed, and we keep getting failure because we are not reacting. We are not doing anything.
You see, there's a reason you have pyramid in the structure of leadership.
Okay.
So because that's why there is a reason you have so many. You have a followership at the bottom of the pyramid.
Yes.
So even among the leaders, you don't expect everybody to be that responsible. You focus on those people that are responsible.
So good. That is why I said when you said it's a duty, that is not a must. Good. Even if you make it a must that this person, this leader has to sanitize these people. And being a human being, just every time.
That's a wide. When you are saying if they don't do, that's a wide argument. I don't want us to.
I'm trying to support my argument here. Because he or she is a human being, just every tendency that he or she is going to fail in carrying out that thing, or because of the interest in terms of the top leadership in Nigeria, because of the interest that brought them, they will not carry out that. And we will keep repeating that same process because we don't hold them responsible when they fail to do their job. As a leader in a classroom, as a leader in a hospital, as a leader as a mechanic, if you fail to do your job, you get the repercussion immediately from those people, not from our authority, right? Until we get to that point, as a politician, as a local government councillor, if it fails, let us not wait for Abuja to punish that local government chairman. Let us look for state government to punish. We, the people that is responsible for us immediately, what is our own punishment for that person? We give them titles.
You see, this is where the argument is actually going wide now. Because where this thing started is that if you want to change the destiny of Nigeria totally, you want to change it, that we have to change it from the central.
How?
From the center. Look, I'm coming. That's why I'm saying that I don't want us to take that argument too wide. Okay. That's why we are talking of the structure. Let's just say it by that. Now, I'm saying that if you take that constitution, if you pull it down, because we are saying that we are not doing our duty. For example, it doesn't take the whole Nigeria to do that. You know, I know you still remember this, your parental theory, all those stuff. You understand? You just need little people can influence.
That's the problem we are having. Those little people, not they.
Wait. Now, this thing now is no. You can't say they know they now. You can't say because when you look at some people fought the military until they left for this democracy to come, and they still achieve it.
Yes.
Even though they fought for a very long time.
What about now? I'm talking about now.
The same way you are complaining, we are saying now, even now it's even better now because people are more even enlightened now than before. Because before.
No, I think people are more docile now.
No, that's not true. Why do you think people are more docile? Because social media gives everybody chances to hear their ignorance.
Local governments get leadership for like 3 years. We are comfortable with that. You say we are doing something. We are not docile. We are asking questions. For like 3 years, there was no local government chairman or councillor. We are cool with it. So what are you saying?
You are saying
allowance. Guess what? There's allowance and everything that goes to that direction, even though they are not in the office.
You are still talking about the symptom now. You are still talking about the symptom.
I am saying, that is the symptom. How to cut off that symptom is we. Now
we are not.
These people cannot steal without allowing it.
Let's focus on tactical approach now.
That's what I'm saying. How do we attack it from the middle? That's what I'm saying.
Good. We've had option. For example, one of those tactics to resolve this thing is in 2014 we have national conference, right? Whether Jonathan was going to use that as tools to bring himself back into power or not, that does not matter. Now, but what mattered was that when people like us were shouting that, guys, it doesn't matter if this guy wants to secure the second term. Let's look at the focus of those things. Let's force Jonathan to implement this thing. Wait, that's just my opinion then. That's what I'm saying. Let's force Jonathan to implement this thing rather than supporting all these power grabbers. Because Tinubu was so ambitious to become the president, could not even see the danger. Because on one hand, you condemn Buhari in the past. Now, suddenly you are supporting him because you see him as this. So some of us were shouting there, and those of us that were shouting, our voice didn't carry any weight because of the type of people we are. Who know nobody knows us. So why would they listen to us? But then we try to educate many people. When I tell people today, they will tell me now, so are you now making jest of? I say I'm not making jest of you because it's affecting me. I'm not happy the way it is. So now those people now, are they enlightened today? They're enlightened because they've known better now, because we were arguing that it was structure versus, we're saying it was structure versus
Yes, how do we take the structure down? That's where we are getting it wrong. Because
wait now
with this, you use the example of good law trying to put
we have people that are helping us now, like people like Ninas, and people like Professor Akitoye. You know, I keep saying something when people
no,
condemn
Akintoye is not helping Nigeria. Akintoye is fighting for Oduduwa, so he doesn't count toward Nigeria progress.
Wait, at the end of the day, what all those Oduduwa that is agitating for, what will he resort into? They want
No,
to bring
it's not helping our cause. It's not helping our cause. It's dragging us down. It's dragging us down. Sorry, as a Nigerian project, it's dragging us down. It's a distraction.
Where are people campaigning for for disintegration? Just because they've talked of restructuring for a very long time, people are not listening, and they want to catch the attention of people to force the government to the center table.
That is our problem. We give up easily. We give up easily. I understand. On that day, we give up easily. These people don't have a long time. Buhari did not become president overnight. Nigeria did not get messed up overnight. It takes decades.
Wait now, some people fought when Gowon didn't want to give power. To the extent that there was a counter coup, there was a coup to eliminate him, and right from there, they mounted pressure on the government. By Murtala Mohammed, when his own this thing was okay, they moved him away too. Now, they mounted pressure on OBJ to the extent that he gave us 1979 constitution, right? Oh, that one there. Then, when Babangida, when Buhari overthrew Shagari, and before another palace coup that this people fought to the extent that
that's military regime now. We are fighting a military regime and it's a direct fight. Democracy will be like that.
Wait now, let me land. People fought against the military to the extent that they forced Babangida to conduct elections till Babangida caged himself via June 12, 1993. Now, when Abacha got there again, that didn't want to leave, people still stood their ground to force democracy in the same way, because we can't say people are not, because the people were doing it. They focused on two different things then. Just let us bring Nigeria back is what they were ready to do, right? And they didn't get all the right structure they were supposed to put in place correctly. Now, in this regime, after they've tried all those logic and it's not working for them, okay, if these guys are not ready to listen to us, okay, Kanu, I'm going, Professor Akitoye, we are going. But even Hausa now, look at all this northern now let's try threatening everybody now. At the end of the day, the purpose of all those agitation is to bring people to the round table. You don't want me to rely on the current legislators, all those senators and all those things, to now be the one that are going to map in it. No. That's why I'm saying that that tactical approach is not what I don't want to embrace that. I prefer to follow Akintoye and Tony Nandi, and even Kanu, and whosoever. So what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, if they keep mounting pressure, they are lobbying United Nations, they are lobbying everyone, the European Union, they are lobbying American government. At the end of the day, if we are able to come to the round table, the main purpose is that we are going to change the constitution that is creating us problem, that's giving us problem. That's exactly what I'm saying. But now, if I now go back to my local government chairman and all those things, even let me tell you one thing you don't know about those local government chairman. Even if you stone them to today, the worst they can do is that they run away from you. The governors don't care about them. If you kill them as local government, the government, because these are the people that they don't really, even if they want to execute any project, they don't have resources to execute it. And some people are stashing all those things at the central. So those are the things I'm saying, that if we need to change this thing, If we need to change this thing, we take it from the control. So because I know it's counterproductive, I won't go and meet my local government, say local government councillor or chairman to do something. It's because
see, Ola, this is where
it's going to be
it's not
counterproductive.
you. See, that's where I keep saying organize. If I have issue with my local government chairman, I'm not going by myself. What is am I going to achieve? That means I'm being selfish. But before I decide to go meet my local government or chairman or councillor, I must have organized and mobilized people around the community who actually agree with what the cause I want to fight. It has nothing to do with me. Only you can't achieve that. You use a very good narrative that I want to agree with you, but at the same time we disagree. That yes, there are people who fought the military regime, the Obasanjo time, make sure we get what we are today. But what you fail to put into consideration is that it takes us about 30 to 40 years fighting the military before we can achieve this stable democracy. You understand? The likes of Akintoye, who came out overnight of our democracy is just 40 years. Who came out overnight and say, "Oh, I'm tired. Yeah, the center is not listening to me. Okay, well, let me just take my people and go away." We don't want no. The Nigerian project, the great Nigeria we foresee, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So anybody who say, "Oh, just because I'm going today, oh, work and no, we don't want that kind of fight." As I came today, I don't think my dream, what I'm fighting for, the possibilities I'm going to see it through is pretty much 100%. I'm not going to see it through because guess what? I'm not going to live forever. It is not about. We need to start doing our own part. You use another narrative about good luck organizing a conference and all that. How the hell do I expect people who are architect of my sorrow to come back again and prefer solution to my sorrow? How?
That's where you are missing it. Those people that represented us in that conference, they were not the people in power. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I get it. Now me and you select them. Listen, we did not select them. They were selected by the administration.
You will miss the point.
No, wait now. Those people, listen. I get the point. Those people represented us, right? That's the point. They represented us. My question is that, were you the guy who represents your area? Do you know him? Were you there? Did he tell you, say, "Nah, yeah, they go with this"? No, we just in there for newspaper. The administrator gather these people together. How are they going to speak to your interest? If president call you to make you they come Abuja, who be you to go against the direction when he go give you? So
that is exactly what I said. Wait now. Those guys that were there in 2014, are you saying they didn't speak to Nigerian interest? That's why I say you will miss the point.
No, they didn't. They did not speak for me because I didn't even know I only saw them on TV.
What did they discuss? What did they discuss then?
Ola, just listen to me. I did not give that mandate for them to speak for me. I don't care what they speak about. The president called them to come and speak for me. So what's the point? I don't care what they're going to speak about. Until we have a gathering, until we have things like that is being led by the ordinary people. The mechanics come together, the vulcanizers come together, the nurses come together, the market women come together, and have everybody with this singular group now come together and have a voice that this is what we really want, and we are not backing down, regardless of how long you guys are going to infiltrate us. Until we have that kind of movement, the center can never fall. I don't care if they pick 1 out of every 10 Nigerians to come and represent them in Abuja. It will not work because now them, it's not coming for. That's why I keep saying that even all this movement that we are saying, anyone that is not finance,
you are not giving me practical tactics.
No, you are looking at it as short term. That's why I say it's a problem. This is not a short. We did not get here in 5 years. We here for hundreds of years.
Look,
listen. It's a process. It is not going to happen overnight. It will take decades. But if we don't start, we'll not get it wrong. I'm sorry, I want to use America because now the same constitution will operate. Now, slight different one thing or the other. So we they copy them. America is 250 years old. They still have the same issue with me and you get. It took them time to arrive at this land that we are seeing. But we just want to become America, become the successful overnight. It no go work. The elite are very together. They are very happy. They are fat. They are eating fat. for them to give up that process that they're eating on it. Until horse split, they fed up. So
you see what I'm saying now.
taking the structure down from the center is never going to work.
You see what I'm saying now. You say we use the same similar constitution as America. That's one of those misconceptions. All this thing is a lie.
How?
Not you. I'm not saying you lie. That's I'm saying what the political class are making us to believe is a lie. They are not operating. We don't have similar.
I know. I will tell you.
We don't have similar constitution to that of America. Forget about those bobo. All those.
How will you say I forget it when I did tell? No, tell me now. Tell me why you said that.
We were talking of Texas Air like a few days ago when we're saying that. When we're telling you that Texas control the oil and gas, right? Who control the oil and gas? Who control the oil and gas in Niger Delta?
All right. See now, when I said this is the Nigerian Constitution and that of America, they're similar. They're almost the same.
They're not almost the same.
Listen, no. I just said it now. Let me tell you why I said that. You understand? And the difference is in between there just one, which is one, and which baffles me because we are not fighting for the state autonomy, level of state autonomy. Look at that now, state autonomy, not be resources autonomy, not be police autonomy, state autonomy. That is what is missing. And I'm shocked to my bone marrow that the Nigerian elite will keep that aspect aside and say, oh, we are looking for state policing. For one reason, why don't you advocate for state autonomy so that you can actually be in charge of that resources that you think the federal government is taking away?
You are the one. That's what they be asking. That's what they are asking for.
Where? Which state? What did they ask for? Did they ask for state policing? Resource control.
This is what. Wait now. Let me laugh.
When you not allow me land my point, you will take it away. Say, oh, I said the constitution are the same. Allow me clarify what my statement. You understand? The Nigerian elite are not fighting for state autonomy because if they fought for state autonomy and they actually get it, I don't have cause to blame the center again. I will blame my governor, and he or she doesn't have any reason to tell me why you know if perform because you have full control of the resources. They are not going for that, but they single police autonomy so that they could use and they operate me and you without the
let me answer you now.
So that's one main difference.
I got your point.
Listen now, that's one main difference. And the other one that the United States Senate doesn't have presidency. The Senate president is being carried, duty is being carried out by the vice president. We have that. So now small things like that might be the difference between our constitution and their constitution. The way they operate is the same.
Ovie, let me now address that thing now. You see, this is what Nigerians, they've been clamoring for, all those leaders. See, you are separating a response to a particular threat to what they've been fighting for. In the long term, the regional leaders, they'll be fighting for the regional autonomy.
Let me land.
No, let me land. That's why you're not getting my point. Now, there was a time that even Tinubu, they were even looking at something like a regional integration, that based on that, they will now ride on that to request for regional autonomy. But wait.
You are talking of Tinubu. What are the people asking for? Forget what the elite who our problem are asking for. What are we asking for? I don't care what Tinubu is asking for. I don't care what Obasanjo. I don't care what Akintola is asking for. What are me and you asking for? Because that's what the problem is.
Wait now. Some, you see, in most time, all of us cannot go and talk. Sometimes we have a leader to talk for us.
It's now two fights here, elite and us. So you have to clarify that because now them hold the center. They control the structure.
At least give me 3 minutes to make my presentation because I gave you time. Okay. Now look at it this way. Restructuring is what these people be asking for. When people start asking that what is restructuring, people tend to pretend that they don't know what they are talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Seriously.
Most of the time they will tell you that if you don't understand restructuring, go back to 1963 agreement. Then you will understand what restructuring is. Anybody that care to know what restructuring is, go and pick up 1963 Constitution and see what restructuring means.
What is the population of 1963? What is the Nigerian population?
Don't divert this argument.
No, let's base on the principle. We are talking about solution. Remember, we are here to talk about solution. How do we go from here?
Population has nothing to do about setting the right structure. You put structure in place and population keep growing without
See, who
okay.
is going to put the structure in place? That's the question
Wait,
we are having. Is it the elite or
let me
us?
land now. Let me land. Shebi, we have agreement in 1963. Who is going to put the structure in place? Agree and go back to 1963 constitution if you don't understand the. That's why I say people should not pretend that they don't know what restructuring means. Now I'm coming now. Let me land. Just I've told you 3 minutes. Let me land so that we can have meaningful argument. Now, we're looking at it from this angle now. You are not blaming these governors now, they are now asking for state police. As a matter of fact, state police is just a subset of restructuring. It's part of, because these people, as far back as 2007, 2006, 2007, before Atiku brought the idea of third term, that use that to that so that people will have hatred against Obasanjo, so that it was so desperate then. So all the constitution, all the things they were supposed to determine then, they just threw everything away. See, look at this way. These people, even right from before they got democracy back in 1999, have been following all these regional leaders, especially the southern people, the southern leader on restructuring. They are so articulate about it. They have document, they have document for it that everywhere on the internet that we can see. Even this rogue APC, even use restructuring, even articulate everything in their manifesto. So that people are pretending that they don't know restructuring, forget about all those things. It's a lie. They are just using that one to divide our rule parties. Now, when the threat of these S-men now got into people, that was when people now pick one item, because that was immediately the urgent need, because security, when you arrest this man, you hand them to the police will say, okay, don't bring it there. These people say, okay, can we take care of our security ourselves? Go back to the local policing. That is where all this matter of state police arrive. So it's not as if state police has never been part of that restructuring. So this one is just in isolation of responding to the current threat. They are responding dynamically to the current trend. That's why they focus on this revenue sharing formula. That okay, derivation is part of the restructuring. Asking the government to take some item away from the exclusive list. For example, issue of school, issue of university education, issue of everything. They've discussed all those things are not supposed to be federal government duty. All those things were part of the restructuring. So don't forget about all those lies that all these politicians are bringing around. Then let me go back to that the United States Constitution that we are talking about now. You will see why it's not similar to Nigeria. That of Nigeria is this. Now, the federal government of the United States is not hijacking the resources of the state, like that. For example, oil in Texas, for example, they are not hijacking it. They let everybody control their resources. What the federal government, what they do in the United States, that they tax.
Ola, I say
Tax.
in United States, every state have level of autonomy, not just in that sector alone. The whole state have their own constitution, have their own level of autonomy in this country. That's the difference I'm saying, that our leaders are not even calling for that state autonomy. If Lagos State actually want to control its resources, ask for full autonomy.
That's not true. That's not true. Tinubu fought tooth and nail against OBJ to get state autonomy. So those things that I'm telling you. See,
listen now, see. Why you see? That's again. I think where we are getting wrong here. You keep forgetting this. What we are trying to do here. How do we fall the center? The talk of Tinubu is part of the elite, even though he is fighting for that autonomy. If he get it, how are we sure that how he's going to run it is going to include me and you? I am tired of the elite trying to say this is good for us, this is good for me and you. When is me and you going to stand up and say this is what is good for us and this is what we want and we are actually ready to die for it? When? That's the problem here. That's why I say we have to. No, that's the problem here. Whatever those people, I'm as I said, I will never believe that if the federal government called for a constitutional review, that is going to be to our own benefit. Hell no. It is us. The pressure has to come from us. Do or die. And it's a long time. If we don't want to lose too many blood, it's going to take a long time. We are going to come from every front. But most importantly, we have to mobilize into a political union, even though it's not a party. Because we have the number, we can actually dictate who we want on the ballot paper in every political party if we don't want to form our own. That's what I'm saying. It has nothing. If we keep relying on these people to actually say, oh, they could do one for, they could do one for. I mean, look at the 7 governors. They say, oh, we want president to come to the South. How does that help me and you?
Ovie, that is why we are moving out of the current political actors. That's why we are having leaders like Baba Akintoye, people like Kanu and all those. See now,
those people are fighting for two different things. Those people are fighting for two different things. They argue, they don't agree with the structure. Guess what? They get tired and say, oh, one for one. I don't want leaders who will get tired in this fight. Don't get tired and say, okay, they're not grief for me.
I want you to get the fundamentals. No, I want you to get the fundamentals. At the end of the day, what are they agitating for? At the end of the day, they want to bring people to the table and negotiate. Even if Kanu want to go today, the federal government will have to call him. If Akintoye want to go today, the federal government will have to call him. Then you call them to the table like Aburi Accord. Wait, and you start negotiating from there. That is exactly what they are doing. Now,
that's what we have been doing. That is what we have been doing, Ola. That's what we have been doing. It has been happening. When are they going to call the Nigerian masses to table instead of calling one of those people that will get fed up after 2, 3, 4, 5 years?
Nigerian masses. Do you expect 200 million Nigerians to go to Abuja and negotiate? They will have leaders among themselves.
No. Exactly.
So what are you talking about?
Who are these leaders? See, that's what I'm saying now. You are not getting this leader you are pointing at, Akintoye, Kanu, and whatever. They see what we are seeing, that the structure is the problem, right? That's what they saw at the beginning. And they start agitating for the structure and for change and everything. Guess what? They get tired of the fighting because they're bringing the fight to them. They got tired. I don't want a leader that will get tired and start changing the narrative. I want a succession. I want to do.
They are tired. We saw
why are they not acting for Biafra and what's it called?
Do you know that the like of Akintoye are talking to a survivor of those political brutality yesterday? What are you talking about? See, between 1993 and 1999, how many political leaders, how many Yoruba leaders, and how many regional leaders did they assassinate? So you want them to stay? You want them to stay and face bullets?
Wait.
It doesn't work that way.
See, our difference is here. Our difference is here. The day I will take to the street that yes, this is the cause. I am ready to. I'm not going to live forever. That's why I will not fight the fight alone. Now we have soldiers beside me so that if they take me out, guess what? It will still be going strong. That's what I'm saying. These people are single people who get fed up of fighting for the system and they take a different narrative. I don't want that kind of a leader.
Ovie, wait. When it got to a point, when the agitation for return to democracy in 1999 got to a point, it got the world attention to the extent that the like of United States,
yes, I know.
The likes of United Kingdom, they just have to find a way to either take Abiola out and Abacha out.
Guess what?
Wait, let me land you. This is where you miss it. This is where you miss it.
Okay.
This is where you miss it.
Okay.
Now, when they took those people out, they now refactor another way forward. But the another way they refactor forward was just they now allow the likes of Salam Abubakar and those political elites to do a constitution and present to us, right? That is where they got that thing wrong, because you see so many things let me land. This is where we get it wrong.
Okay.
This is where we get it wrong when you don't let me land my point. Sorry. Now, that constitution they brought to us now has created another problem different from what we used to have in 1979 this time around. Just like 1979 constitution created different problem from the one we had before independence. So what we are now, the difference between what we are agitating for now is that the one they gave us in 1999 was never people's constitution. Some military guy decide somewhere and they decide what is going to favor them. Wait. Now, this one we have this time around is that people are agitating. Why is it that people are agitating? Because of injustice. Now, at the end of the day, will you now ask National Assembly to go and amend the constitution? No, that's not what we have. That's not what we are asking for. They want to agitate to the point whereby, even if it needs United Nations, whether United Kingdom or United States, to say, okay, at least United States already told the federal government to go and listen to its people. The same thing United Kingdom is saying. The same thing United Nations members are saying. Now, How do you do that now this time around? At the end of the day, we are not looking at the kind of reform that we are going to have someone that is earning almost 400 million at National Assembly to sit down for us. Those are not that kind of this thing. The time we had in 2014, where we had the like of Olisa Agbakoba that didn't take anything, the like of Pasun Dodobaka that didn't take any money from that thing, and they still air their opinion. Those are the type we are asking for, not the type of them we send all this hungry mob.
See,
wait, no, let me land. Just give me 2 minutes so that you won't miss on my point. Because what we'll be saying is that different points elaborating, but you are not converging your point. That's the problem. Because the tactical approach you are suggesting is not realistic. It's just like you just want all Nigerians to rush to the streets and demand. It's not going to happen because it's not everybody. Even in this country we have, you won't find everybody. All those French Revolution, all those you read, not everyone went to the road. Those few people demanded for that thing, and that thing happened. There's no way you are going to get 100% of the population that follow you. The elite among the people will be the one to create problem. Listen, Nigeria, where Nigeria it is, all the little freedom we have today, the percentage of people that fought it for Nigeria, they were less than 1% of the country. So it's not that. So the question I'm not saying that when you see the likes of Kanu may have different agenda. I'm not saying it doesn't, but is he fighting because of injustice? Yes. Is Baba Akintoye fighting because of injustice? Yes. Then find a way to bring these people to the table and listen to them. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's the way to change the constitution at the central. So it's not as if for me now to wake up and be disturbing my local chairman that if he goes to the government, that the government can even slap and send away. Is it not the same government? So wait now. You demand anything from the governor. Are you saying that people are not demanding from the governor when they are kidnapping people from Ondo State or Ekiti State or all those things? People are demanding. But when people demand, okay, look at Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho used to be political talk and fought war. See, he even ran for his life when people were after him. So what type of this thing? They massacre people at Lekki toll gate, and I say people are not. How do we stand again?
Good.
How do we stand?
Good question.
So
good question.
I will listen to you now for the next 5 minutes.
Let me answer your question. When I said I don't want leaders who will not see it through, this is what I mean. This is not just this is just a common sense to any organization, any structure, any movement. You made mention of the likes of Professor Akintola, what again? Soyinka, those that actually run on the exile when this heat started getting hot. What happened today? Up to today, how many of them, with all their exposure and education, at one point in their lifetime, hold a very vital position in Nigeria, a leadership position? Just a reason for that. Because they are cowards. Just a reason. Our brother in Lagos, the leader of a PDP in Lagos now, where they always go with the leader of Afenifere, has never held any position. Why? Because they are cowards. I'm sorry, I respect them with a great deal. And that's the same thing I'm saying about this current people. We call them agitators in the name, but they are not leaders to me. They are agitators. Fine, they don't lead. They know they lead me. Why I disagree with them? When did they start this fight? The likes of Professor Akintoye and when? 5 years ago, 10 years ago, already they are weary. They are tired. They say, oh, if we don't go get the instruction, if we don't get this, we want to go on our own. No. That is if you are fighting for freedom, it is not an overnight fight. It's a fact because people are feeding fat already. You are trying to take their food away from them. It is not going to happen overnight because those people, guess what? They did not get it overnight. God, let's say God will have a Tinubu become the president tomorrow, and you think he's going to listen to you? This is the man who is set out on this journey for over 20 years ago. So those are the things. Now, I am not saying you are going to get 200 million people on the street. This is never going to happen. It's not going to happen. What I'm saying, that's why I keep saying that it's a marathon. How do we start that? It's movement. It's an organization. It's organizing. You mobilize. How do you mobilize? Let all the mechanics in Edo State come together and have a project for themselves. For the next 20 years, we want to make sure this thing is get done within the mechanical circle. The same thing with the market women. It's a constant fight and reinforcement that will get us there. Not somebody who will come and say, yes. After one trade or one hit, is out and we start all over again, or if they take you out, it's all over again. It has to be a very enduring movement that we have faces of a lot of leaders from every aspect. The mechanic guy should be able to stand toe-to-toe with the guy that is representing the group from Harvard. What I mean, they should be able to stand toe-to-toe. They stand toe-to-toe on what they want. They might have disagreement on how they get it, but they know that by the year 2030, we want to have a country that we, the Nigerian masses, control. When I say we, the Nigerian masses, I am a very supporter of it. Anybody that actually come to school abroad should not be given any leadership position. When I mean leadership position, like a governor's president or whatever, they should not, because trust me, they are compromised already. I am sorry, I'm also one of those people.
Can I say
you
something
understand?
now?
So it has to listen now. When I keep saying we, it's about the masses. You use reference of 1963 and all those things. They present them to us? They presented all these ideas and everything to also, because that was actually your words. Now again, when you keep saying we need to have a leader no, we don't, because every year, go back to the history of Nigeria, we have them. How many of them actually see it through? Are those people who were actually killed? And that it is everywhere in the world. A leader that will actually lead a significant change, a change in ideology, a change in the human race. That leader know they see him. They will kill him. And trust me, they know. Go and read the biography of all these men we don't come before. They know. But if you are scared, then what are you fighting for? You are not going to live forever. That's the first thing you need to know. So if you want to put other people's life in danger because people are going to die based on what you believe and you are fighting for, you should be able to ready to die, to be able to see to the end. It doesn't matter say you won't run. Why you say if you run, then that's the end of the agitation? Why? Because you are selfish and greedy. You should be able to empower people who are beside you with the same knowledge that you are, because you move differently from them, because you have some particular knowledge. Share them with those people so that by the time you have the courage to run or you get take out, the movement will still be going on strong. And that's what we are lacking. We believe so much on those people who are there before. I understand there is hunger. But the hunger is not to that point that will bring us together. Yes, I keep saying that. But at the same time, it's level which we should never underestimate the power of mobilization.
Okay.
It's easy to protest. Protest is the first and the easiest step to create an awareness. But
you're speaking for 5 minutes now. I'll time you for 5 minutes now. So right. Now this is 142. Let me speak. Now look at it this way. You see, when you are saying all these leaders, don't let us see leaders as something like a virtual or something like one omnipotent or something that is so big, gigantic. They are among us. Even for example, as you are now, you can create leadership. And how is leadership? How many people can you influence that can believe in your ideology? When you influence people and they believe in your ideology, you lead them to implementing that ideology you sell in there. Now, when the like of Awolowo, I'm giving you 5 minutes. I want to rephrase your question. I want to rephrase your question. I'm giving you 5 minutes. So this is 142, and I am supposed to talk by 147. Now, just judge whatever you want to ask down. Now you are so. Now, the like of Awolowo, the type of leadership then was to educate people, for people to know the right from the left. Even when you read Bible, the Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. When you educate now, but what we have in Nigeria today is that the type of education that Awolowo brought to the system, they've reversed the education and added on top of it the hammer poverty. Then they now use religion as a weapon now to say, okay, if they slap you from the left, if they slap your right here, turn the left one. So that's the type of this thing. Now, you need people now to change the orientation of the people. For example, all these politicians that people will now call, okay, let me lie down and mash me down. All those things are silly things that they still are people over time. So they've changed the culture of our people that we cannot think properly. Now, we now have the type of Tony Nnamdi. We now have Professor Akintoye. We now have so many people. They were not in this number. Wait now, let me land. They were not in this number before. Gradually, they are changing people's orientation, to the extent of even getting the attention of those people in diaspora, that people are contributing to the cause, to the point that even they are now taking documents to the World Organization, to the United Nations, to even International Criminal Court. Now that people are trying to fight from every aspect. Now they've even they've even made people realize to the fact that, okay, don't fight all these people that have amassed weaponry to themselves that they want to cause civil war. So don't let them have an advantage. Wait now. No, those are the type of orientation that people are now saying, okay, you can approach this thing differently. Now, when you want to change the constitution now, what you are expecting now is this. You think that, okay, I will go to my local government chairman that is a product of a very bad system that maybe does not even know why he's even in the office. Many of the politicians today, they don't know why in the office other than to make money. That's the only reason that I did that thing. Now, the like of Adekunle Ajasin, for example, was a teacher, if I still remember, this kind of 504 that he was using, and the house he built before he went to become the governor of Ondo State was still the same house that he retired to and died there. He didn't give himself life pension and all those kind of houses in Abuja and London. Now, the system we had, the system they had then will make people like that come out and say, and will encourage them to become the administrator of the state. But the system we have today will not even let you land in that state because, number one, when someone is telling you have to have 20 million before you can even procure governorship ticket to become the governor of your state. Now, if you are not asking people to go and protest, without protest change the principle that they've already entrenched with the PDP and APC and all those to make sure that they bar the entry or they will not allow you and I in. They send the entry level high that you and I cannot get into it. So what do we do in that situation is that we follow this leadership, that's the type of leadership that will encourage us to know the right thing and take the right approach to dismantle whatever we have now. That's why I'm saying that the tactics, you and I believe that we should change this thing from the central. The only difference is the approach. You are bringing a very suicidal approach if you don't know how the Nigerian government reacts to anybody that just demand any rubbish from them. All those governors, all those chairman, senator, councillor you are talking of them, they are nothing to all these state governors. You know how many candidates all these Nigerian politicians don't kill already?
They are nothing because
wait now till tomorrow you cannot even explain the things that kill Function William. Tomorrow this guy they kill in the Ekiti state. You cannot even explain what killed that guy. Those are the people that you say you should protest against. No, and those are the people. Wait now. And at that time, the brutality was not even at this level. And you are expecting the like of Akintoye now that you are saying he's fighting, is running away. The like of Tinubu, they ran away from Nigeria and they were running from America to UK where they were doing radio kudirat. They were fighting from overseas. They push Abiola down to Nigeria and they kill Abiola. On top of Abiola now, people are using Abiola to make money. And you want it to see, as a Yoruba man, I know the heritage of this one when they say this saying, where they say, Moja Mosala Michael Globu. When you're a warrior, you know when to attack and you know when to retreat. Mm-hmm. You don't just go and attack just before the thing. So if you're out of weapon, so you keep attacking just because you want to be brave, it doesn't work that way. That's why you have different strategy. Now, people are protesting in London now. They were not doing that before. Wait now. Radio Kudirat, because we interrupted, I will stop 114. Radio Kudirat, from London to America, they were using that to mount pressure. You understand? In Nigeria, that was when internet was not even popular. That we now have the tools everywhere now to now encourage people, to now change people's orientation. You are saying people, even people are going to march to the local government, they must know where they are marching. They won't just wake up in the morning and just go and march. That's the problem now.
You keep
so
getting me wrong.
I give you the room. Let me get your opinion.
You keep getting me wrong. I don't say we should march or now. Let me.
Then make yourself clear, because that's what you are saying that we are not ready. Make yourself clear.
Let me use this now. That's why I said it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. See, when I keep using the word organize,
marathon system 66.
When I keep saying organize, mobilize, and strategize, it goes with all everything. When I come, education is inclusive in it. Feeding, providing jobs and all that is inclusive in it. Now, what the difference between, if I want to permit me to split the country into two now, the difference between those Fulani, the difference between what they are doing and what we are doing is a long distance plan. You see all this, they keep telling us by joke or whatever that foreign Fulani are tripping in. Tomorrow we see them recruit Boko Haram. Guess what? You will see the usefulness of those foreigners that are tripping in the next 15 to 20 years. Guess where we are going to feel it? At the election boat. It will be close to impossible for us to win election without them categorically come and say yes. And that's what is going on. And what I'm advocating for is something within that nature, When I say by the year 2030, we the masses should have the Nigeria of our own. That means we, in the process of that organizing and mobilizing, we have one or two among us who can provide job for the next person, put food there, educate. That's it. So we are targeting the next kids who are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years now with that education. We are targeting them so that by the time they are 20, they already understand fully well what Nigeria means, the injustice, the evil, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the potential. They will know that, so that before anybody will come and say, hey, do this way, they will say, come on. No, this was done before 20 years ago. This is the result. We are not doing this way. So that is your point of mobilize, organize, and strategize for a very long time, because they will come, they will kill, they will do everything to destabilize that moment. And it's going to be in segment, in fragmentation. Maybe say students will have their own way of doing their own thing. The market, we meet, we communicate regularly. We don't have to hit the street with arm or whatever. The time will come for that. Now you keep saying, oh, local government will go to the chairman, will go to governor will not understand, will not listen to him. Guess what? That sounds like your own personal problem. If it doesn't listen to you, that's your problem. But you are not going to come back to the local government headquarters and think that the business is going to be carried out as usual. Because guess what? Everybody will be sitting. We are not beating anyone. That's how to pressurize these people. I am not saying go find them, go beat them. No. If you go meet a governor, go and not listen to you, that's your problem. Because you know the agreement you entered with him before you allow you to be doing and doing. But guess what? You get caught. So the idea you are proposing that we should just keep pointing at these people who are locking into the frameworks of elite, because as you clearly said, the politicians are not even the problem, right? Because the politician is a commodity, can easily be bought and sold by the highest bidder. You understand? So now those elites who have money to buy this politician, they own that country, literally. They own that country. They control you whether you like it or not. And guess what? They buy politicians to make their bid for them. We don't have the money to buy this politician. Even though we might have to trade our part, we don't have the money. But guess what we have? We have number. But that number now is a cost because we don't even realize it, that we have that much number. Because if we realize that we have that much number, there will be deliberately attempt to make sure we bring that number together. Why I don't believe in Showore, Kanu and the rest is that they fail to trade this idea that it is not about them. Yes, you are awakening, you are enlightened enough to see the road. But guess what? It's not about you. It's not left for you to deliberately attempt people who can easily see that road with you, with few, how would I put it? With few exposure. So when you have 5 Nnamdi Kanu, guess what? One is gone. The edict will still be on the central government because there are still 4 Nnamdi Kanu out there. If, what is his name? If Akintola is gone, there will be 5, 6, 10 Akintola. I am really, really disappointed in him because he's been here long enough. He knows these people by name, they are friends. He knows their antics, how they carry out this thing. But still, instead, he say, oh, let's go on our way. Knowing that they will not allow you to even finish that statement, let's go on our way. So we should stop. It's hard time. If we really want to achieve a meaningful change in that Nigeria, just like somebody is saying, say, how you are too young, you think you see the Nigeria, why are you fighting the Nigeria fight? It's not about me. That's what people, I'm not going to be here in the next 50, 100 years. That's nothing to do about me, but I want to make sure I do my own part so that in the next 50 years, say, oh, we were able to go this route, good or bad, because of this guy little impact. That's just it. So that's why we have to work within ourselves. The elites don't care about us because they own the country. We don't own nothing. We don't own nothing.
Oh, yeah, you've spent 5 minutes now. So can I come in?
Go ahead. And okay, let's see. Okay, let's be rounding up now. I mean, we don't.
Okay. Now, when you look at this thing, like I keep saying, in the past, it's not as if people never agitated, but the point they presented or the situation was totally different. And they still managed to achieve it at a particular point in time. They still managed to gather attention and they still got the result, even though not what they wanted. Now, those one in the past, they tried to get it, and it was not giving what they want, they hope for. If you can now start continue to do the same thing without changing your tactics. You've applied tactics 1, tactics 2. It's not giving you. And people now say, okay, enough. Let's go back to 1963, or what people agree before independence. That's exactly what is playing now. Now, if people are saying that the leaders are not rising, like I said, that's when leadership can start from anybody, like I said. Now, we even have more people that are more involved now. Those days, do you know that pastors, they were not getting themselves involved in politics? But we can mention so many pastors now. Those are leaders that are now telling their congregation what to do. I can get, when you say the like of Pastor Adefarasin, you will not find them like maybe like 20 years ago. Even though we have people like Pastor Ndebakare, they've been there, Pastor Adeyemi, even Pastor Adeboye. So you see,
big time politicians.
Wait, let me land, please. So when you look at these people that were not getting involved before, these are the leaders. Once people can get the attention of the federal government, once we can force the federal government, like Jonathan, for example, Jonathan Medsdorf, for example, what people still discussed in 2014 was still reasonable. If it was and they they've implemented all those things, we would have moved a step forward. Now, how did they get attention of the like of Jonathan? Because people agitated. Let people keep agitating, whether secession or whatever. Forget about secession or whatever. At least Odua cannot just come tomorrow and say we are going. No, you still negotiate your exit. Because are you not going to talk of all those debt and all those things that all those national assets that you are going to share together? You still negotiate your exit. So whether they are calling for secession or those things, at the end of the day, it's just their intention to come to the round table. When they get to that round table, all these religious leaders like that, they have already set visions, like the like of Pastor Tomi, like of Pastor Debakari, Pastor Adeyemi, Adefarasi, and all those. They will come around, and somehow, if they are not there, maybe they will get their people to just state what the country wants. So all the agitation now is going to achieve one purpose: come to the round table. And when you come to the round table, what exactly do you want to do? We want to tear down the current fraudulent constitution down. The constitution that brought you see when these people were trying to de-educate, let me use that word, I don't know whether it's in the dictionary, when they were trying to de-educate the South, they said, okay, let us do something that will let the North catch up with the South. They brought in quota system. You understand? Before you know, they destroyed the education in the South. That even those people that they will tell you that they attended university, they cannot even differentiate from their right from their left, because the way they will reason, you can't really say they pass through university. So everything, all this that you are saying that they run away, they are not running away, because we're in the global community now. That because one of the greatest people, why do you think these people are coming hard on social media? In those days, they were running after Newswatch, that they were closing down on Newswatch. These days, all those newspapers, they were closing them down, since all those things. But can you do that one to social media? So, and on social media, we now have several thousands of people now mobilizing people, compared to tens of people mobilizing people in the past. It's just a matter of time. And saying this thing that you were telling me that this thing is a marathon, that's what I don't want to agree. The marathon, they started since 1966. I mean, some people were born. Some people. How many people born in 1966 that have died since? So this type of the thing is that they got the point they were agitating for wrongly then, and this time around they've changed tactics to another point. If they can achieve those points, that's self-determination. Self-determination could be restructuring that. Okay, let us autonomy. So when you were saying they were fighting for the state police is a subset, is one of over 100 things in that particular autonomy they are demanding for. Just because Fulani are killing people and the police were not responding, that was why they now raised the issue of the state police as a matter of emergency. So you are not saying everything will be all the problem will be solved. What is it? There's going to be another problem. But the problem will not be to carry someone for Futajalon to start cleaning people from this thing. It's going to be internal problem within ourselves. Are we going to produce? We are going to produce. So the road we are going to be facing now, maybe it's going to be our what do we call it? Someone that our local government chairman or this thing. We won't be talking about Abuja again, because we know our resources are not going to Abuja. We know our resources are going to the council. So we take the way to the council. That's what I'm saying. Everybody cannot go to Abuja, but I can go to my local government council and say, I will do the right thing. Those are the things we are saying. Dismantle the structure. Let everybody go and be productive. Stop creating some kind of bureaucracy for some rogues to eat our money. Because if you have the right system, the like of Buhari will never be there. That's what we need to know. The like of Buhari will never become our leader. So now you and I, okay, you now as you are talking now, go fight for local government chairman in this thing. You won't go because you've invested so much in your life that system, you know that the system will mess you up. You won't go there. So that's what we are saying. But in the system, if we have the right structure, you and I can easily say, okay, we want to go into politics. Yes, so that's what I'm saying.
Yes. Thank you, Ola, for coming. We need the right structure, but the only right structure can only happen if me and you decide a war can happen. And I think there's one thing we agree here is that, yes, we have a problem, is the constitution, and pretty much is the people we choose to guide, that constitution, because that's pretty much what the elected officials do, guide and make correction, provided laws are however deemed possible. It is we that actually give them that power. So I think one thing we agree on that is how to, take that the structure that is against us now down. And for me, I believe only us. The change has to come from us. We have to finance ourselves. We have to find our way. That's why I said it's not going to happen overnight. And on that, I say thank you, Ola, for showing up.
It's been a pleasure.
Don't worry. Some other time. And then if anybody out there who is listening that think it's all about how to provide solution. I think you have something that even Nigeria out there need to hear. Come on, let's chop it up. We are not elected official yet, so trust me, they're not going to hold us like that to anything that we see. No matter policy, no matter idea that we put out there, how ridiculous it is. People can always laugh and we move ahead. But Nigeria, we get down. It's all on us. Now we go make it if we want to work. Just like by Buhari we said, Nigerian youths are lazy, which I quite agree. Individually, we are fantastic people, but together we are mess. We can't get anything done. As a challenge, I take it as a challenge, not an insult. If we think we are not lazy, let's put our act together, come together, organize, mobilize, strategize, and match and implement it to how we want it, because it's on us. These people are going, when I say it's on our kids. Whether somebody is asking me, what am I going to enjoy again? No, it's not about me anymore. How many years do I have to live? But guess what? Our kids who are coming. Nigeria, that space will keep existing, whether we like it or not, whether you are ready to die for it or not. If you run away like us, we run away. But I keep people that run away from Nigeria. There are 3 people that run away from Nigeria. Those who are 100% coward and they would never look back. Those who will come and say, okay, I will do my 1 or 2 to make sure that I disturb the system. And those who actually go back tomorrow and get this done. And those who are actually investing, and one thing I need us to understand here, you don't have to go there and protest, campaign, contest. Invest, man. Our people are going through it. The government don't care. In fact, the government wants it. It's divide and rule. If they keep us poor like this, we will only answer them whenever they need us. And that's what is at play in a very large scale. So it's on us. Nothing can change unless we decide that it must change. On that note, I say see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.